Okay, I took this one off the top, so we should be in good shape. Here, that's the crew's fingerprints and handprints on there. Like, that's just... But your knee has got to be on the sleeves. When you go to stand up, you have to do this and not just try and push up to the balls of your feet. All right, who's got the money bags? Apollo 16 was an Apollo mission that flew to the moon in 1972. This year is going to be the 50th anniversary of that flight. And so since this is where that capsule lives, obviously we want it looking its best. We clean because it is always better when you're looking at something that's nice and clean, but also cleaning is an important part of conserving the object for the future, whether that's a spacecraft or it's a spacesuit or any kind of museum object will occasionally need to be cleaned in an appropriate way so that you are preserving it for future generations. Hold your vacuum near where you're working, and then you take your brush and you flick. Right? So you're kind of lifting it up like this. Keeping the dust off is more than just for the look. Dust is made up of things like silica dust, but it's also made up of things like skin cells and could be pollen or all sorts of things. And so those different materials, if they were to build up and just stay there, could cause a lot of problems down the road. The case is not completely hermetically sealed, which is actually an important thing. You don't want to completely seal it off and have no air circulation. And so we do occasionally get insects and fluff and those sorts of things in there. Sometimes some foreign debris, makes it in there by people trying to do things. There's a reason I got into this business, and it is because I love this stuff. I love this topic, I love the hardware, I love the stories. So for me, anytime I can work around the objects is an absolute pleasure, because it's from the time I was knee-high, I was obsessed with astronauts and the space shuttle and all that stuff. So I mean, it is what I do as a job, but it is also my passion. Let me go ahead. I'm just going to take them off then. Yeah. Instead of the whole thing.
This is a piece of history that human beings should be able to enjoy millennia from now, not just in the next few decades or centuries, but it should be kept and preserved because it represents one of the greatest triumphs of the space program of the planet Earth.